Well, tonight on this Friday night, here's Carroll Buckley and John Driffel.
Well, you almost got it right, Dave. It's Carroll Buckley with me right now. The pregame show is Dylan Nichols. We'll get to John. He's not going anywhere. But it's high school football from Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central Union High School. The Central Spartans host the Gila Ridge Hawks. Now, Gila Ridge comes in having already beaten two Imperial Valley teams. Opening week, they beat Brawley 28-19. Last week, Coach John Elgood defeated Imperial 37-34. And we're going to find out a little bit about Gila Ridge on our pregame show with Dylan Nichols as we take a look at the scouting report after this.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I am committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Swartzburg, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, it's pregame. The Central Spartans, Gila Ridge Hawks, and Dylan Nichols. Last week, you were with Mickey and George,
yep.
And you got a good look at Gila Ridge. What can you tell us?
Well, they're surprisingly a pretty heavy passing team to start the season. Both games so far, quarterback Caleb Cota, 39 pass attempts in both games, so they're definitely looking to throw the ball around the field, but they do have a pretty good running back in Renan Duarte, about 5'6", 220 pounds, what you would describe as a bowling ball running back, I would say. Bounces off defenders, very hard to bring down. His leading receivers this year are going to be David Randall and Jonathan Noriega, but last week against the Tigers, it was DeLorme that actually Jaden DeLorme that impressed me the most, had 7 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown in that game. Good size, 6'3", looking to pretty much get his height advantage over the smaller Imperial corners. It was a pretty blowout of a game in the first half, 21-0 lead for the Hawks in the first quarter, but they were mostly taking advantage of Imperial mistakes. Imperial was able to get back into the game, but they have a pretty decent kicker at number 88, Vargas. He had 3 field goals, including that 37-yard game winner with less than 4 minutes to play in the ball game.
Well, the Gila Ridge last year went up against the Central Spartans in Yuma, and it came out with Central on top, 28-6. But Duarte, you mentioned him,
yep.
5'5", 5'6", 220 or so.
Yeah.
There's nothing to grab.
No, he's a very, very difficult runner to bring down. Mickey made the comparison to Maurice Jones-Drew, former Jaguars and I believe UCLA running back.
Yes.
Small guy, very tough to bring down, compact, as they say.
Well, there's nothing to grab hold of. You know, the stumpy little legs.
Football's a game where the low man wins, and
yes.
It's hard to get lower than 5'5".
Yes, and especially when you can wrap 220 pounds
yeah.
on it. Okay, we appreciate the scouting report. Any specific insights? You know, everybody obviously is running the spread now.
Yes.
So we look for the night air to be filled with footballs.
Yep. Like I said, 78 total passes in the first 2 games. They threw it against Brawley, they threw it against Imperial, and they have big wide receivers. They're a big team. Their offensive line's got some good size on it. Like I said, that Jaden DeLorme really impressed me. That 6'3" post route just had Imperial Tigers wanted nothing to do with it.
Okay, we appreciate the scouting report. Dylan Nichols, you'll be hearing more from Dylan as the evening goes on. We'll be back with more of the pregame after this.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
What do basketball, choir, drama clubs, and marching bands all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical California high school budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the California Interscholastic Federation and the California State Athletic Directors Association.
Well, we are at pregame, the Central Spartans out on the field, and the great Spartan band entertaining the pregame festivities. The Spartan side of the stadium is full, and the Gila Ridge side beginning to fill up, and they've had a pretty good program, so we anticipate they travel well. And they're showing that tonight. Right now, we have our national anthem. The Great Spartan Band with our national anthem, and John Driffel, Central. Okay, we haven't forgotten. Central is here. We know about Gila Ridge now. Central with a 650-mile road trip last week, and came away with a win. They beat Del Valle of El Paso, Texas, last week in Texas. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking this may turn into a home series. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, probably not with the distance. And I don't think Del Valle is going to want to drive out here next year. But what we have tonight, Carroll, is a battle of undefeated teams. Already mentioned by Dylan, Gila Ridge 2-0, Centro 3-0, after beating two other Yuma schools. Both Yuma schools told us that Gila Ridge was the powerhouse from Yuma this year in the public schools. Yuma Catholic, of course. They're playing Brawley tonight, so that should also tell us something about what kind of program Yuma Catholic has. And what we're looking for tonight is a lot of balls in the air. You mentioned the great running back for Gila Ridge, Duarte, but they have about 5 receivers already that have made receptions, 2 with 13 and 9 apiece. Nordega and Randall, both of them have 2 touchdowns. So we expect Gila Ridge to throw the ball in the air about 50% of the time. We know Central does that as well. So we could be here a while tonight.
Well, we could be, except if they start completing the passes. We'll be back after this.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Food Store West in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes, the real deal.
It's high school football. We're live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
The 2019 edition of high school football is on the air. Tonight's game on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com is brought to you by La Fonda Bar and Grill in El Centro, the CB Stop in Calexico, Hacienda Snack Bar and Catering in Brawley, Julie Oliver of Dickey Insurance Services, the Hopeville Athletic Club, Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, McNeese Smart at Dogwood and Maine El Centro. We're just about ready for the kickoff, so let's go out to the field live with Carroll Buckley and John Driffel.
As we get ready for the kickoff, the Gila Ridge Hawks will be kicking off. We're going to go left to right across your dial. That would be from west to east. And getting set for the start of the game as we're ready for football. And, of course, we're live on AM 1230 KXO, also live on the web, KXORadio.com. The Gila Ridge Hawks have it teed up. Pablo Vargas, who does the punting and the place kicking, has it teed up. And the officials say they're ready. Everybody else says they're ready. It's unusual lineup. Everybody's within about 10 yards of the football. Nobody's covering the sidelines for Gila Ridge. And it's a long driving kick into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans when we start play tonight. The first from script.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you. From appetizers to full course meals, like their tri-tip dinner, their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
From the pistol, De Niro Osuna hands off first back through, and that would be Gomez. Carlos Gomez. Gomez is stacked up at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. I think they will give him progress back to the 20, actually a gain of 1. So Gomez in the middle. Gomez getting the start. He has done a significant amount of the heavy lifting in the backfield for the Spartans so far this year. It is Osuna. Right next to him is Gomez. Everybody else wide. Back to pass. Osuna steps up in the pocket, looks, fires over the middle. It is complete. And the pass complete to Fernando Morales out to the 34-yard line.
Excellent pass protection, Carroll, by the line. This Gila Ridge line is huge, but that time, plenty of time. Osuna stepped up and hit Fernando coming across on a post. Perfect pass, perfect catch, first down.
Almost indefensible. 1st and 10 from the 34. Osuna back, looking, chased. He's hit, and he'll be sacked. Shooting through, nobody touched Alfonso Brown or D'Angelo Jackson. And they pushed Osuna back to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 18.
Excellent pass rush. All from the front 4, and then they have that blitzer coming in. They do play 2 linebackers in the middle.
Osuna again back to pass, has some time. 2 of the Spartan receivers downfield collided and knocked each other off the ball. And We've seen that before where we've had two receivers in the same spot, and it's an indication somebody's not where they are supposed to be. Third and 18.
That time collisions, you said, no chance to complete the pass.
Osuna with a big rush, steps up in the pocket again, fires downfield. It is in and out of the hands of Isaiah Nava Esparza. It was a bit high, and he just couldn't come down with it, and that would have been an 18-yard gain. Spartans, something we have not seen a whole lot of in the first half of their ball games. Spartans are going to have to punt.
Berlin Torres back about his 14-yard line, ready to kick, and also first time Centro has had a touchback. They're the ones usually kicking the ball in the end zone on kickoff.
I think 17 out of 18 kickoffs have been touchbacks for the Spartans. High booming kick. Boy, he launched that one, and it'll bounce at the 30, roll down to about the 25, picking it up, looking for a couple of blocks, gets a block, cuts back across field, turns it upfield at the 35, and trips up at the 40-yard line. Carlos Gomez on the tackle, and an excellent return, making something out of nothing was Chayton Delorme. And you heard Dylan say he's somebody you're going to have to watch out for.
Gila Ridge did have two players back, so they realized with the foot and the leg that Berlin Torres has, they want to cover both sides because he can boom the ball. They don't want it bouncing around. A nice, beautiful kick by Berlin Torres of 40 yards. That's his average.
Caleb Cota brings them out. Hands off, and it's the big guy up the middle, Renan Duarte. Duarte rips off a 5-yard gain. Actually, they'll spot it on the 44, so 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. And Duarte, keep them loose in the middle.
Pound for pound, the offensive line of Gila Ridge outweighs the Spartans by some 60 pounds per man. We'll see if that's going to be a factor tonight as well.
Cota from the pistol. Cota hands off again. Duarte. Duarte breaks tackles and brings it out to the 45 to the 47-yard line. And he's brought down by Angel Nava Esparza.
Duarte was actually hit in the backfield, and his power pushed himself forward. He broke a couple tackles. Nava Esparza brought him down after that 3-yard pickup. So now we're looking at 3rd and 3, wondering if they're going to do a play action fake to Duarte and throw the ball, or if they're going to try to pick this one up on the ground.
They come out in the spread. Duarte, the single setback. Back to pass, looking, drops, fires downfield, and it is complete for the first down across the 50 to the 48-yard line. Jonathan Noriega on the catch.
Beautiful pass and catch. Short route, cut to the sidelines. Enough for the first down. Picked up about 7.
1st and 10 in Spartan territory. Noriega wide on the right side, so is Jaime Torres. Double slot. Duarte, the single setback. Duarte with the football. Duarte struggling. Somebody had him by the ankle, and he kept struggling and then got knocked down. And grabbing him by the ankle was Michael Sullivan. You had said Sullivan leads the team in tackles, and that time he went low, wrapped up the ankle, only one.
He's got 21 tackles on the year so far. That does lead the team.
2nd and 7. Trips on the right side. Looking back downfield, Cota fires, and it goes incomplete.
That time Central dropped their outside linebacker, Nava Esparza, in coverage, and he was able to make the pass be thrown away from him and into the ground. So good defense by the Spartans, called by the coaching staff. That's Brian Martin on the sidelines, the defensive coordinator, along with, of course, Coach Pena.
David Randall, the intended target. He is the lone wideout on the left side, the short side. Trips on the right side. Duarte, the single setback. 3rd and 7. Looking. Cota drops, scrambles, looks, and spins, and he'll pick up about 2 or 3 yards and bring up 4th and about 4. They'll spot it on the 43-yard line.
Going to be decision time for the Gila Ridge Hawks.
4th and 4 on the Spartan 42-yard line. Coda has the play. They're going to go for it.
And Coda did a nice job that time of picking up those yards, Carroll, because he was actually going to be stopped in the backfield and broke a tackle.
Coda from the pistol drops back, looking, big rush, dumps it off. It is complete and completed at the 42, and then carrying it all the way down to the 33-yard line on the catch for the Hawks, Anthony Mendoza.
Coda 2 for 3 now here in the early going for 15 yards. That was a perfect check down pass. We mentioned that Navas Barca was covering out in the flat, so that time there was nobody over there. Easy pitch and catch and first down for the Hawks.
1st and 10 from the Spartan 33. Coda pitches, and it is Duarte running. Duarte, and he just gets so low and just bulls his way for about a 2-yard gain. Angel Nava Esparza on the tackle. A little bit of help in there from Nathan Santana.
Central facing a little bit of adversity, Carroll. Looks like for the first time this season they have not trailed yet this year in the 3 previous games that they've played.
2nd and 9. Coda drops back, looking, turns right, fires left, goes incomplete, as the pass was intended for Jaime Torres.
And as well as Coda has looked in his other 3 attempts, that one was not very well executed. He actually threw the ball on a count, which means the player is supposed to turn around, and the player had not turned around yet, so the ball was incomplete, just landed harmlessly on the ground. Brings up 3rd and long. They're still out of field goal range, but if they picked up about 6, 7, 8 yards here, they would be a chance to think about that field goal.
3rd and 9, Coda from the pistol. Coda drops back, steps up, fires downfield. It is complete, as breaking away is Jaden Delorme inside the 10, and they'll spot it right on the 9-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal as Coda completes the pass to Delorme and makes it 1st and goal. Updating a score, we just got Brawley leads Yuma Catholic 7-0.
And on that first down completion right there for Coda and the Gila Ridge Hawks, actually the safety for Central thought he had a chance for an interception, broke on the ball, didn't quite get there in time, and that left the run covered, able to make an easy catch.
From the pistol, Coda has Duarte behind him, hands off to Duarte. Duarte is hit, and he'll be dropped for a loss.
Navas Barca blitzed in from his left linebacker spot and actually did hit Duarte in the backfield and took him down. Looks like we had 1st and goal, so it's still going to be 2nd and goal, but they're up on the 11-yard line, so loss of 2. First negative play of the night, turned in by the Spartan defense against the Hawks.
Taking some time, getting the play in from the sidelines. And again, Cota from the pistol. He's got Duarte right behind him. High snap, brings it down, looks, fires into the end zone, had the man wide open. Delorme had his man beat. Nobody near him in the end zone, and Cota missed him.
Yeah, excellent call by the coaching staff at Gila Ridge, as he broke free, and if he would have sat down, which is what Cota expected him to do, he just could have stood there and the ball would have come right to him, but he kept moving, and therefore the pass was behind him. If you notice on that previous formation, Gila Ridge does have a tight end, but he does go in the pass pattern. So it's interesting to see a spread formation. Usually you don't have a tight end, but Gila Ridge does have a tight end.
3rd and goal from the 11. Cota looking, fires into the end zone. Same play, same result. The man was open. The pass thrown behind him, and it goes incomplete. David Randall, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 4th and goal from the 11.
Pablo Vargas is trotting out, Carroll, so he will attempt a field goal. And excellent call on that play. Both of those plays, wide open receivers. I think that time Coda might have thrown it just a hair too soon. The player hadn't actually turned around, and by the time he did turn around, the ball was fluttering by, and he wasn't able to get a mid on it and pull it in.
Castle Wiggins, the backup quarterback, is holding the ball. The ball is up. The ball is good. And that makes it, with 4:59 to play in the first quarter, we have a score. It is Gila Ridge 3, Central nothing.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or be at the office for your next party with our giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro. I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
The Gila Ridge Hawks jump out to a 3-0 lead, and that, I believe, is the first time the Spartans have trailed all year.
That is correct. They broke out on top last week against the Texas school, and before that, of course, they had running clocks against both human opponents.
Vargas with a high, short kick that'll hit, go out of bounds. And one of the things that I stressed to several people this week, coming off of a big emotional win last week, the Central Spartans going to be a bit flat this week. They shouldn't be tired. They should have had enough time sleeping in chemistry class to make up for that. But emotionally, are they going to be flat? Their first series, they were flat.
And let's give a little credit to the Hawks. They're a very good football team. They came in this undefeated, already beating Imperial and Brawley, so they want to make a clean sweep of the Valley schools if they can.
1st and 10 from the 35, dump off in the flat to Medina. Medina looks for some running room, and there's nothing there. The Hawks had that one scouted, and Jonathan Medina will lose a yard, bring up 2nd and 11. Carlos Gomez now comes in. Medina comes out.
Never like to see any play go for negative yards, but especially a pass. And Gila Ridge all over that. So let's see now Central can counter. Gila Ridge flowing to the ball, so let's see if Central can do something to affect, counter against what they're doing.
Hand off right up the middle. Carlos Gomez, nothing in the middle. He turns it to the outside. He picks up just a yard as he is flat. Big hit by Gila Ridge. Caleb Coda put a knock on him and dropped him. They give him 2 yards. Progress to the 36. It'll be 3rd and 8. Yeah, the ball is going to go in the air. Trips on the wide side, the left side, looking. That little flanker bubble, and it's dropped. The idea was that little bubble to the wide receiver, Fernando Morales, and just kind of hit him in a bad spot, John, right in the hands.
He was looking upfield and wanted to catch the ball, take off running, as what happens so often in high school. Got to look the ball in. So now Central will punt for the second time. Berlin Torres back.
And the Hawks are about 10 yards deeper than they were the first one. This one will bounce at the 35, and it'll roll, and it'll be down at the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Gila Ridge Hawks on their own 32-yard line.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
First and 10, Gila Ridge. Spread them out, hand it up the middle, and hit it and dropped. Is Duarte, 4 Spartans on top of him, and Angel Nava Esparza, one of the first. A little bit of help from Joseph Denton.
And let's go ahead and give credit to, you mentioned Joey Denton. He actually pushed the guard back into Duarte and held him up. There's no place for Duarte to go, and then Nava Esparza came in and finished him off.
No gain.
Yeah, good spot for no gain, but that could have been a loss.
Coda has Duarte behind him. Trips wide on the left side, the wide side. Looking downfield, has time, dumps it off, and it is intended for Jaden Delorme, and it goes incomplete. He was sandwiched. And putting a hit on him, Brian Martin.
And also Nava Esparza, seems like he's everywhere. He was also the front part of that sandwich. Could have been intercepted. Nava Esparza was a little bit discouraged that he didn't come away with the pick on that, but good play by the Spartans to bring up 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 from the 32.
And yes, that is Brian Martin's son.
Who is Lefty Martin's grandson. Coda drops deep, looks, fires deep downfield, and pass interference is going to be called.
Yeah, it was unnecessary because the ball was actually out of bounds.
It was more the legs got tangled up than it was interference, but it is pass interference.
Yeah, the Central Spartan defensive player saw the ball first, so he stopped to come back, and that caused the contact. The ball was out of bounds, so unfortunately for the Spartans, this will give Gila Ridge their 4th first down here in the first quarter. This one by penalty.
And it is not a spot foul.
So they move it out 15 yards, so it's all the way out now to the 47 of the Hawks.
On the first down, it is Duarte. Nothing inside. He turns it outside, and he's got some speed. Those short little legs churning, and they'll mark it all the way out at the 44-yard line. It'll be just shy of the first down as it closed up in a hurry in the middle. He bumped it outside.
Yeah, Nava Esparza blitzed in from the right side of the defense. Duarte took it to the left side of the defense, and there was no one over there.
2nd and 1. Here comes the rush, and Coda is hit, and Coda is dropped. The sack.
Joseph Denton.
Denton shoots him. I think that's a move his dad taught him.
We mentioned Brian Martin is, of course, the defensive coordinator, Brian Martin's son, and Joseph Denton is the son of the offensive line coach, the defensive line coach, Joe Denton, or Joey Denton. Big loss of 8 yards, so now you're looking at 3rd and 9.
Coda, again, looking at the Spartans looking like they will blitz, and they love to do that. Back to pass, the Spartans pull out, and the pass completed over on the flat, and trying to get some room is Jaden Delorme, but he'll be about 2 yards short of the first down. Spotted on the 45. It'll be 4th and 2.
We would expect them to go for it as they went for it the last time they were in this position, and we do not see Vargas out on the field.
We've got about a minute and 10 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is Gila Ridge 3, Central nothing. 4th and 2 from the Spartan 45-yard line for the Hawks. They spread them out, but I look for Duarte to get the football. And the ball's tipped, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, Central blitz. Nava Esparza came in there, also blitzing in from the cornerback spot was the senior
Michael Sullivan shot through, and Zico Suna was also in on that play. So the Spartans will take over on downs. And while they set up an offense, Imperial leads Valley Center 6-0. Oakville over Yuma 7-0. Vincent 6, Desert Mirage nothing. Raleigh leads Yuma Catholic. That is 7-0. Osuna fires downfield, and a little bit behind his intended receiver, Morales.
Yeah, the Central right now, a little bit of the dropsies. That's the fourth straight pass after connecting on the first two that the receivers have not been able to bring in. So now we're looking at 2nd and 10 on the 45, good field position. Under 50 seconds to go here.
Osuna, De Niro, his first name. Looks to the left, throws to the right, and it is caught by the wideout Michael Sullivan, and he is hit and dropped immediately. He'll lose 3 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 13.
Yeah, that is the second straight completed pass that's gone for negative yards for the Spartans. Sullivan's first catch.
Wide on the left side, Juan Dominguez. Double slot on the left side, rolling to the left, looking downfield, pumping once, firing deep downfield for Morales. It is intercepted, and 2 of the Gila Ridge Hawks collide, but the interception by Anthony Mejia Acosta.
And unfortunately for Osuna, as you mentioned that he signaled the receiver to go downfield, and obviously alerted the 3 defensive players where the ball was going, so they had the ball surrounded. Morales was open, but then obviously the defensive players closed in. Just about as good as a punt, Carroll, as the ball sitting on the 30-yard line. Has not been a productive first quarter for the Spartans here.
Has not been what we are used to having seen.
Gila Ridge has a lot to say about that.
Gila Ridge hands off, and it is the little guy Duarte turns it upfield again across the 40 to the 45, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. As I recall last year, in the middle he's tough because there's nothing to grab, but when he turns the corner, he's got that little bit of an afterburner speed and ripped it all the way out to the 48-yard line. And with that, that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1 quarter of play, our score, Gila Ridge 3, Central nothing.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland. Following a team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Well, so far, John, I'm not sure which Central team we're seeing, because this does not look like the Central team we've seen previously.
Yeah, they gained a total of 3 yards passing and running that first quarter.
It is Gila Ridge, 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Coda with a high snap. It bounces. He covers it, and then is covered immediately by Michael Sullivan. They'll lose 8 yards on that one.
Sullivan gets credit with another sack, although that's not exactly what happened. That's what the stats will show.
One of the highlights of Friday Night Football, John, Wild West kettle corn. Can you spin it?
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a west breeze blowing in. So let's see if Central can make something now. Perhaps get their own turnover here. 2nd and long.
2nd and 18. Coda back to pass. A little bit of holding underneath, but it goes. He gets the ball away, and it's incomplete. It's incomplete. They say he did catch it, and it's 7-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. I detected just a little bit of almost a takedown on the right side there by the Gila Ridge Hawks. That's the old BYU pass block.
Right. Once again, Carroll, the Spartan defensive player went for the interception, didn't get it, and that's how the pass ended up being completed.
3rd and 11. Coda under pressure is hit as he throws it, and they're calling it an incomplete pass. His arm was coming forward. And I just saw the replay. Right? You saw it. Dylan saw it too. His arm was coming forward.
Actually, it doesn't matter because John Seaman, head official, he called it immediately, so there will be no bear where they're going to take a look at the replay.
Oh, we saw it. Dylan and I saw it, John.
Yeah, it was the right call. So now Central force the second punt of the game.
And it'll be Pablo Vargas, who does all their kicking. Gets the snap, big rush, gets it away, and it is a nice kick. And it'll bounce at about the 25 and be down at the 18. 1st and 10 Spartans on their own 18-yard line.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Cntral family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
1st and 10, Spartans from their own 18-yard line. Hand off right up the middle, and I believe that's Gomez on the carry. It is Carlos Gomez.
And absolutely no room at all as the entire defensive line just pitched in to where the hole was supposed to be. So Gomez was fortunate, good effort to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Calexico, Calapat, that's scoreless in the border city. Osuna rolling to his right, gets it away, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And again, we'll have to call that a drop, John. It should have been caught.
Yeah, the ball was right there. The receiver was looking back and hit him, as you've mentioned many times, in a terrible spot, right in the hands, right in the midsection as they're trying to cradle the ball. So now that brings up 3rd and long for the Spartans, 3rd and 10 to be exact. So right now Central is being their own worst enemy.
3rd and 10, snap back, steps up again in the pocket, fires over the middle, and again dropped by the receiver. And Osuna's going to start looking for somebody else to throw the ball to because, hey, I put it there. You got to catch it.
And he was wide open over the middle of the field. Osuna did a great job of avoiding the pressure, stepping up in the pocket, and put the ball right where he needed to put it. Once again, unfortunately for the Spartans, the ball was dropped. And now Central will punt.
High, deep punt, drives him back. It'll bounce at the 30 and roll inside the 20, down at the 11-yard line where it's finally down. So Gila Ridge is going to start back in their own 11-yard line. One heck of a punt, John.
To be exact, let's call that a 70-yard punt. As Berlin Doris put a foot in it and over the receiver's head, and once it hit, it bounced right on the point and took off spinning. The receiver was running back like he might want to make a play on it. Novice Marshall was right there next to him, gave a little love tap right at the end to just let him know that he was there, then picked the ball up and handed it to the official.
1st and 10.
Obvious flip of field position, and let's see if Central can get a turnover here. They need something to break this momentum.
Coda has Duarte right behind him. Hands off to Duarte. Big hole. Cuts it to the outside again across the 20 to the 22-yard line. And he looked for Jonathan Medina and just pushed him down.
Yeah, Duarte made a nice cut. Again, the Central Spartan linebackers were blitzing into the left side, and he ran to the right side. Nobody was out there. Gila Ridge has done an excellent job of confusing the Spartan defense.
It is 1st and 10 from the 22. Duarte up the middle again. Same play, cuts it to the outside. This time he's hit by Angel Nava Esparza at the line of scrimmage, but he still picks up 3 yards.
Yeah, Duarte gets that 220 pounds going forward. It's hard to stop the momentum. And they're going to say that his knee did go down on the 24, so it'll be a 2-yard pickup.
2nd and 8. Vincent Memorial leads Desert Mirage 12-0. Flexion Group Calipat, no score. Brawley 7, Yuma Catholic 6. Imperial leads Valley Center 6-3. Here it's 3-0. Gila Ridge leads the Spartans. Coda back, fires. He's got his man open across the 30 to the 35, out to the 38-yard line. As once again, Caleb Coda has his man and picks up the first down. Moves the chains.
We'll have all the stats at halftime. Right now, 6 for 12 is Coda, but the difference is that his receivers are hanging on to the football, and so far Central's aren't.
1st and 10, Coda. And hands off. This time it is not Duarte. Yeah, I didn't know they had somebody else who could carry the ball. It's on the carry, it's Ty Moreno.
Excellent first down play. Picked up about 6. Moved the ball all the way out to the 45-yard line. And right now, Gila Ridge dominating this game. 7 first downs. Centro's only have the 1.
It is 2nd and 4. Caleb Coda has had things his way so far, though he only has a 3-0 lead. It's a forward pass, that little pitch, and the Spartans sniffed it out and took him down. Jaden Delorme will lose.
All the way back to the 37, Carroll. That's an 8-yard loss on a completed pass.
3rd and 12.
Central, once again, their defense coming up with a big play. The defense has played well.
There is talk, by the way, to change the rule or the official scoring that is a pass, but it's a little pitch is all it is.
They used to call that a shovel pass.
Yes. 3rd and 12. Coda puts Delorme in motion, takes it to him, and then on the quarterback keeper, gets it back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. That's it, as he was brought down by Elias Dominguez.
Yeah, that was one of those RPO read pass option where Coda was going to look to see if he's going to pitch it again or hand it to the slot player in motion, and he saw that that was covered, so he just dove forward to get as much as he could, as now they will send Vargas out to punt.
It'll be 4th and 12. Vargas gets it away. It's a high, short kick. It'll bounce at the 40 and take a Gila Ridge roll to the 35. It'll be 1st and 10, Spartans. They'll put it in play on their own 35-yard line.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or visit the office for your next party with a giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
The Central Spartans come out. It is 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Hand off right up the middle. Gomez will get a yard. And he is pushed back. He never went down, but 3 Gila Ridge Hawks did end up on the turf.
Yeah, Central trying to just do a little power football, trying to get something, anything, relieve a little bit of pressure. But actually what they need to work on is something you can't right now, and that's catching the ball.
Bring back the stickum. Osuna fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. Threw it into traffic, and now there is a flag coming in behind. It'll be against Gila Ridge. I don't know whether it'll be for the late hit or for pass interference. We'll wait and see.
We have a couple flags, actually. There's one right near the line of scrimmage and then one about 5 yards in the backfield of the Hawks.
Holding against the Spartans, pass interference against the Gila Ridge Hawks. They will negate each other. Southwest leads Kofa 14-0, and that would be a second quarter score.
And that's why we saw the two flags, Carroll. The one right at the line of scrimmage was the hold, and then the one in the defensive backfield was for the pass interference.
It is 2nd and 9. Rolling to his right, Osuna. He's got the man open downfield, but he can't get it away. As he just ran out of time, and he had Isaiah Perez open, but just couldn't. Too much pressure.
Second.
And they do call it. He was sacked. He'll lose 10 yards. It'll be 3rd and 20.
The second sack against the Spartans tonight. They've accomplished a couple sacks on their defensive side.
I'm surprised the score is only 3-0 with Gila Ridge leading at this point. Osuna back, chased out of the pocket again, looks downfield, looking for Morales deep downfield, and goes up incomplete. Good coverage. It was a jump ball downfield, and it'll go incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 20.
And Centro will punt, obviously, with under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Central did receive the opening kick, so that means to start the second half, Gila Ridge will be receiving the kick.
And my apologies, I've been saying that Vincent is playing Desert Mirage. They're actually playing Desert Christian Academy. Alberti is playing Desert Mirage. Either way, the Desert schools are losing. Berlin Torres punts it away. It'll take another bounce. It hits on the 40 and will be down at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks on their own 35-yard line.
They're excited at German Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, German Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product, ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit German Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
1st and 10, Gila Ridge. Caleb Cota. He'll hand off, and it is Duarte, and Duarte, there's nothing to grab hold of, and he gets it back to the line of scrimmage. He was hit in the backfield, but is able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Crawley leads Yuma Catholic 14-6. Palaverdi is leading Desert Mirage, and that score is 16-0. 2nd and 10. Coda drops back, looking, fires quickly. It is completed, and breaking one tackle, spinning around and picking up the first down on a good catch and run, Jaime Torres, the senior wide receiver.
12-yard pickup. They needed 10, got 12. Gila Ridge just marching the ball down the field. Central has toughened up inside the red zone. But right now, Central needs a turnover because Gila Ridge has all the momentum going their way.
1st and 10. Delorme goes in motion, but the handoff goes right up the middle. And this time, it's Ty Moreno with the carry. Coming up at halftime, John, Dr. Ward Andrews, the superintendent of the Central Union High School District, will be here, and we'll find out, get an update on some of the construction projects that are going around, not only on this campus, but on Southwest and on the other Central High School District campuses.
Right, we'll be able to get introduction for Dr. Andrews here to the Valley and to the fans and to the family of Central and Southwest.
2nd and 6. The Army again in motion. He stops and sets. Cota back to pass, has plenty of time, rolls it to his right, looking downfield, fires deep downfield, and it is caught. Again, Spartans go for the pick, and the pass is completed. And that is the 3rd time that the defender has gone for a pick, missed it. This time Jaime Torres makes the catch, and it is 1st and 10 on the Spartan 18-yard line. We've got 2:20 to play in the first half. Gila Ridge leads 3-0, and they are driving.
31-yard completion on that. And you called it perfectly. Central was in position and just didn't make the play.
Cota has Moreno behind him. Dumps it off in the flat. It is complete. Breaking a tackle and picking up about 9 yards for the Hawks. Jonathan Noriega, a sophomore. So, as Dylan had pointed out, hey, everybody's live for the Hawks. Timeout on the field. Minute 51 to play in the first half. It's Gila Ridge 3, Central 0.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete 10-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. 10-star quality you can feel.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 per dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
1st and 10 for the Gila Ridge Hawks. They lead 3-0. They are driving. Have the ball on the Spartan 18-yard line. Caleb Cota has been able to rip apart the Spartan defense, though he's only gotten 3 points out of it. Brendan Duarte gets the handoff, cuts it to the right. There's a flag down as Duarte gets it down to about the 9-yard line.
It's going to come back on a holding call, Carroll. So that time, Central picked up a big break, courtesy of the Gila Ridge Hawks, and that is Gila Ridge's first penalty of the night, Carroll.
It is Southwest leading Copa 14-0, Palo Verde 16, Desert Mirage nothing, Raleigh 14, Yuma Catholic 6, Imperial leads Valley Center 13-3.
That's a spot foul, so it actually went for 14 yards. They're all the way back to the 23, so that will bring up now 2nd down and about 14. So big break for the Spartans. The clock is moving, but Gila Ridge has all 3 timeouts.
Cota from the pistol has Duarte right behind him. And the ball is snapped. Nobody's looking at it. Duarte falls on it all the way back at the 40-yard line. Joel Godinba snapped the ball, and Cota was still moving people around looking over the defense.
And that 17-yard loss is going to affect the halftime stats, going to make it look a little more representative of the Spartans, as they were totally being dominated. And you mentioned doesn't matter because the score is still only 3-0. And that not only brings up 3rd and about 30, but it also puts them out of field goal range.
It is 3rd and 31, spotted on the 39-yard line.
And what would have to playbook for 3rd and 39 is Gila Ridge is going to take a timeout here.
And that's exactly what I would do with 34 seconds to play in the first half. Timeout on the field. Gila Ridge leads Centro 3-0.
Stevie's Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. Stevie's Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The Stevie's Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
High school football, we're live on AM1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com. 3rd and 31 from the 39-yard line. Caleb Cota back to pass. He's chased out of the pocket, gets it away, dumps it downfield. This time, it is picked off. Michael Sullivan will make the interception back at the 15-yard line.
First turnover of the evening for the Gila Ridge Hawks. 5th time Central has made a break on the ball. First time they've been able to actually come up with it. Sullivan gets the interception. We'll see what Central decides to do here. You got
28 seconds to play. You've got 85 yards to go.
And
Osuna has the arm to do it, but can one of his receivers catch it? That's been the problem of the first half. Osuna dumps it off a little screen to the left side, breaking a tackle across the 20, out to the 25-30-yard line.
Central will get their second first down here in the half. That will stop the clock, but Central may take the timeout, and they do. So we have timeout on the field, Carroll.
The catch by Juan Dominguez, little screen out on the flat. Timeout on the field. We've got 21 seconds to play in the first half. It is 3-0. Gila Ridge leads.
You're listening to high school football on AM1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I am committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
It is 1st and 10. Spartans, they have the ball on their own 32-yard line. Osuna rolling to his right, looking for somebody downfield, fires to Sullivan at the 40. He'll go out of bounds at the 41, picks up 9 yards, and uses very little time on the clock, 17 seconds. The clock stops as he stepped out of bounds.
Sullivan with a nice catch. Very secure with the ball.
Now,
I think we're going to have to
Ridge takes timeout. We'll take the timeout. 17 seconds to play in the first half. Gila Ridge leads 3-0.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you. From appetizers to full-course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
We've got 17 seconds to play. Centro on their own 41-yard line. Osuna back to pass. It's hit, and he gets away, and he's running a face mask call and he doesn't get it.
Yeah, plus he was never tackled. He was never brought down, and they blew the whistle, so the play stopped. I don't know if Centro's going to take a timeout. They are not. They're going to let the half end right here.
He was in the grasp. Player safety is paramount, and that's the end of the first half. At the end of one half of football, our score, it is Gila Ridge 3, Central nothing.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or visit the office for your next party with our giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
We are at the half at Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central Union High School, and the Gila Ridge Hawks, something that has not happened so far this year. They lead the Central Spartans. It is 3-0. With us at the half is Dr. Wirt Andrews, who is the superintendent of the Central Union High School District, and welcome to the Imperial Valley.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
And I noticed tonight you're wearing Spartan blue.
Tonight is Spartan blue. This is what the shirt I've got on for tonight because this is where I'm at. Don't worry, there'll be another night I'll have a different color shirt.
Okay, got a hunch it'll be purple.
It'll be a purple one.
Okay. First off, welcome to the Valley. And have you seen Central play prior to this game?
I was able to watch the first half of their home opener, and they were tough and tenacious. But I think early on, I actually got to meet the Spartan football team when I moved in. They came and unloaded my truck in June on a hot Saturday morning when we didn't know anybody. But Principal Lyon reached out to me, and that's when I first got to meet the Central Spartan football team, was unloading the trucks.
Yeah, well, that was Craig looking for some brownie points.
I don't know.
We know how that works.
I appreciate the extra bodies.
Okay. I got to ask, a lot of things going on around not only this campus, but Southwest. A lot of construction projects. Every time we come in, we see something new going on at the STEM building here on this campus. How are things progressing?
Well, things here at Central are progressing really well. That's right. All the steel columns are finally rising up out of the ground. You can see them from the field. And we're actually getting ready to pour the foundation. The rest of the foundation footings that come along, it's a long process getting all the infrastructure and the foundation done. But like anything worth doing, you got to get the right foundation in place. So that's taking its time, and want to make sure that's all right before they improve along there. But actually, by the end of this football season, we should see horizontal structures and more steel up in the air. So we're looking forward to it, that building coming together.
Well, John and I are hoping for a press box where you can actually see the scoreboard.
I don't know if we'll get to that. But just to let you know, in the preview, there will be a balcony on that STEM building facing towards the field.
Yes, the Sandy Nugent balcony. I understand.
I don't know if we've named it, but Sandy would be a good
She has.
Oh,
she has.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll make a note of that.
Trust me. That will be immortalized. What's going on at Southwest?
Now, Southwest has two terrific projects that have just are wrapped up or wrapping up this fall. First of all, the culinary program had a kitchen they've been using. It was like an old home economics style kitchen. That's been completely redone. That is now a commercial grade, commercial quality production kitchen associated with the classroom. They call it Cafe 56 because it was room 56. That's actually, students are in it now. It's operational. It was delayed, but we had to get it done right. The health inspectors have signed off on it, and it's underway. The library, though, that project is marching along really well. Complete renovation of the interior of the entire library building. And that's on track. That should be wrapped up later this fall.
Okay. And what about the other campuses? I know everybody knows Central Southwest, but you've got 2 other campuses.
We absolutely do. Little Desert Oasis, our continuation school, they had some work done this summer as well. A little bit of landscaping work, but also renovation of the students' restrooms all the way down to the absolute, down to the studs. We removed everything in those student restrooms and refinished those student restrooms. So the students got brand new, modern facilities.
Progress.
Absolute progress. It was tremendous. And I am so fortunate. I just walked into it, and here I get to talk about it. But it was all of my predecessors' work, the community supporting the bond measures to make all of it go. That's really this community deeply embedded into what matters, and that's family, and that's community, and our children, and that's why we're here.
Okay, a couple of other quick things. You've seen the Great Spartan Band.
Yes.
Now you know why it is the Great Spartan Band.
Right. I came from a community that had the big red music machine. And they're comparable, but not nearly as large, not nearly as invested, not nearly the same booster club. But so I had a flavor. I thought I had saw greatness, but this is tremendous, this marching band.
Well, the heritage goes back to one Mr. Jimmy Cannon.
I've heard of Mr. Cannon.
And, has progressed through Renee Baker.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing, every year they do a band showcase for all of the high schools. And what Central has done has lifted every other high school band in the Valley to strive to that. And it has been great to see the other bands progress like this.
Yeah, rise up. Yeah.
And it has to do with the heritage, the foundation of the Great Spartan Band. Second question, last week in El Paso. What an experience for these kids.
It was a tremendous opportunity. And it took a lot of effort, not necessarily on the school district's part and our part. Really, the work happened with Miss Newcomb and Mr. Pena, our coach. They were talking and they were working for weeks to try and fill that gap that he created when Coachella had double booked. And Mr. Pena kind of held to his guns because he's been around the block before. So when El Paso said, hey, we'll offer you a bus, he said, well, I need 2 buses. Okay, we can do that. And they said, are you ready? He goes, that's not quite going to do it for us. So he negotiated hard until they provided us 20 extra rooms for the kids. So the biggest expenses were not out of our district's pocket. Their district, Yesalita School District, Independent School District in El Paso, they are the ones who are our hosts. They were very gracious, and the kids got to travel and experience that. And as it turned out, quite a few of those students on that road trip, this really was their first trip. Other than Yuma, this was their first trip out of state.
Yes.
It was a great experience for them.
That was one of the experiences, Arizona all the way through. That's a long drive. I've made it all the way through New Mexico. It's an even longer drive. And El Paso, in their mind, they're actually part of New Mexico, but it's Texas.
It's Texas. Yeah, and for a lot of students, even though it was we went to play football and the students got to do that, it was also a field trip. I mean, it was, we oftentimes in education, we do lots of things in the classrooms, but the reality is we need to extend and enhance learning, and that happens when we get out and do extra things. Participating in the band or participating in extracurricular activities, it requires some discipline, and that carries beyond, and it can help you in the classroom, but it helps you in life. So things like this road trip is a tremendous opportunity.
And it permeates the campus.
Yes, it does.
Dr. Andrews, we appreciate the visit, and welcome to the Valley. We're going to get back to work and get ready for the second half.
Thank you so much.
Okay, John Driffel has got a look at some numbers, and we'll get a look at them coming up at halftime.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful for the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
John Driffel, what kind of numbers have you got for us?
Well, for Central, not very pretty. For Gila Ridge, nice, but kind of like the icing because they don't have much substance. But they've dominated the game everywhere but on the scoreboard. Central's great defense, one bad snap right near the end of the first half, kept the score at 3-0, and also evened out the stats. Not very much, but made it a little bit better for Central. let's take a look and see what Gila Ridge did in the first half. They ran the ball 18 times from scrimmage for 57 yards. Not great. That's about 3 yards per carry, not quite. 9 for 17 was Coda for 77 yards, giving the Hawks a very representative 134 total yards, 9 first downs. That's a lot, but they did have the one pass interception that was taken in by the Spartans, Michael Sullivan. 4 other times Central broke on what could have been or should have been would-be interceptions and failed to make the play that ended up in big receptions for the Gila Ridge Hawks. So that was kind of a pretense of the offense where they just weren't quite making the plays that they have made the past 3 years. We'll be back and take a look at what Central's done after this.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland.
At Tyler Insured, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
Welcome back to Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central High School here in El Centro, California. Around the half, the Gila Ridge Hawks are leading the Spartans 3-0. We mentioned that Gila Ridge has 57 ground yards, 77 through the air, giving them 134 total, 9 first downs. They did have the one interception that Michael Sullivan was able to pick off. Central on the other side, this is probably the worst game they've had now in 2 years. We'd have to go back to the city championship game a couple of years ago, where all the seniors were sophomores at the time, to see Central being dominated by an opponent. And the domination shows up. Gila Ridge ran the ball 18 times from scrimmage. Central only had 7 rushes from scrimmage, and 3 of those were sacks against Dinero Osuna, so that ended up 7 rushes for negative 20 yards. Osuna 5 for 14 for 35 yards, but we've already mentioned several, meaning about 6 drop passes that obviously flipped the stats around and maybe even the scoreboard around a little bit. Central, because of the ineptitude of only gaining 15 total yards after negative 20 on the 3 sacks, total 35 through the air for a positive 15 total, 2 first downs. They also had the 1 interception. Individually, Osuna was sacked 3 times for negative 24 yards. Only 1 other ball carrier for the Spartans tonight. That is the junior Carlos Gomez, 4 carries, 4 yards. So it's pretty easy to see that that's 1 yard per attempt. The 5 receptions have been spread out among 4 different players. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to Fernando Morales, who's been steady all year with 1 catch for 13 yards. Jonathan Medina had a catch behind the line of scrimmage where he was tackled for a negative 1 yard. Making 2 receptions in the first half was Michael Sullivan, 3 if you count the interception, but 2 receptions on the offensive side for 6 yards. And then a big reception by Juan Dominguez of 17 yards was able to let Central have some positive stats in the first half. But as you look at it, the scoreboard, Central outscored 3-0, but outgained overall by 119 yards. So Central will have to kick off to start the second half. Their defense has been stout. They need to be stout again. They need to get the ball back and see if they can make some adjustments so they can move the ball down the field.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonte Bar and Grill. Yes, the Cntral family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonte Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-store cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make RK Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Temp-Star, quality you can feel.
We're at the half on AM1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com. Halftime scores, well, Calexico leads Calapat 14-0. That's a halftime score. Second quarter, Yuma Catholic leads Brawley 20-14. Southwest over Copa 21-zip in the second quarter. Hopeville 7, Yuma nothing. It's Vincent Memorial 25, Desert Christian nothing. Palo Verde 30, Desert Mirage nothing. Imperial leads Valley Center 20-3, and our score here, it is Gila Ridge 3, the Central Spartans nothing.
They're excited at Dermis Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, Dermis Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product, ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit Dermis Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Pusterlet in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability, life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Spartanburg, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Well, we're getting set for the second half of football, and it'll be Dylan Nichols who will be bringing you the play-by-play action in the second half. Dylan, quick, your take on the first half. It's the first time you've seen Central this year?
Well, I'm seeing that the Gila Ridge offensive line is doing a great job opening up holes for Renan Duarte. I think the Spartans have a shot to obviously still get back into it. Obviously only 3-0 defense, bending but not breaking, and doing a great job of that. They just need to obviously get more hemmed up on offense and start catching some passes.
Okay, and Dylan, we're getting set for the kickoff. The Spartans will kick off. You got it.
All right, hopefully it's not going to mess up too badly here.
Dylan, welcome. It's good to have you here.
Good to be here.
And we're going to expect Berlin Torres, although he's kicking into the west, which if there's any breezes coming that way, to put it in the end zone, much like the Hawks started the game by kicking off in the end zone. Central, first time they face adversity this football season, so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. Gila Ridge, a very good, well-coached opponent, had an excellent first half.
Back deep for the Hawks, Jason Delorme and David Randall. Delorme, a very talented reserve man that the Hawks have. Berlin Torres. He kicks it away. And it goes into the end zone, but he wants it goes over his head. And the Hawks will start on the offense at 20-yard line.
As we've seen all year, Berlin Torres, he's only failed about twice putting the ball in the end zone on kicks. That's a tremendous weapon to have. Not even the Pablo Vargas from the Hawks was able to do it after the first time. Didn't even try. The second time he kicked it out of bounds on about the 30.
Spartans defense trying to get this crowd hyped up. They want to try and swing it back into their favor. And obviously it's not much of a deficit that they have to come back from, just 3 points. And they'll break the huddle as Coda comes to the line, the pistol formation as they usually run. Duarte the back. 2 receivers to either side. And he'll hand to Duarte to the right side. Big hole. And he is going to be wrapped up but still pumping the legs. It's going to take multiple Spartan defenders to bring it down. And Eric Garcia was the one to finally do it. Good for about a 9-yard pickup.
At that time, an excellent misdirection play by the Hawks as the whole line blocked to their left. Meanwhile, Duarte was running to the right, and there was no Spartans there.
One thing I saw in the first half, though, it was just only a couple of plays, is the left-handed Cassell Wiggins came in to take some snaps at quarterback, but haven't seen him much since that first quarter. Coda comes to the line. Duarte the back. 2 receivers to either side. Takes the snap, hand off to Duarte right up the middle. He's going to get the first down and more, running through Spartan defenders down at about the 38-yard line.
Initial first down here in the early going of the third quarter. Same thing we saw in the first half, Dylan.
Yep.
That time, Navis Parse broke through as he was going to blitz, and they just ran right to the other side, and there was nobody there for the Spartans. First down.
It was Michael Sullivan who finally wrangled down Duarte.
So Duarte's got 2 pickups of 8 and 10 yards in this early going.
See this already? The Hawks get off to a hot start as Coda takes the snap, throws it out quickly, and it's a good catch by Jonathan Noriega at the sideline. And they're going to give him about 5 yards on that pickup. Pushed out of bounds by Nava Esparza.
Excuse me, go ahead.
And they'll give him about 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Hawks.
Coda picking up right where he left off in the first half. Started out with short, quick passes, easy completions, nice route. Once the ball is received, no chance to do anything, but just follow the man out of bounds.
Pistol set as usual for the Hawks. Coda takes the snap, hand off to Duarte. No, that's Ty Moreno in the back, and he's followed up pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Brian Martin coming in to make the stop. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Hawks. And one thing I wanted to say during the pregame just forgot about is the Hawks really love to run double out routes with their 2 wide receivers. They beat Imperial quite a bit running those routes, and their receivers make great cuts towards the sideline, able to make those snags.
And those are safe throws because if you throw them to the outer part of the play, there's no way the defensive man has a chance.
Coda looks like they tried to draw the Spartans off. Not going to work. And he takes the snap. He's looking, throws it. It's close intercepted. Spoke too soon. Michael Sullivan had that one go right above his hands, and it'll be 4th down and 5, and the Hawks look to be bringing the punt team out there.
We saw that in the first half with a Central player ready to make a reception, whether it was offense or defense, and not been able to come up with it. Sullivan already has 1 interception. Great job of Sullivan knowing where the play was going. He was right there. The quarterback not seeing him, just threw the ball as if he was the intended receiver.
Pablo Vargas on the punt, back deep for the Spartans is Juan Dominguez. Spartans defense ends it up after a first down by the Hawks, and Dominguez calls for a fair catch, and he will make that catch at about the 21-yard line, and that is where the Spartans will take over as Dinero Osuna hopefully can get some points on the board for the Spartan offense.
That is a tremendous play by the Spartans because if you don't catch that football, then it's going to bounce, and you're going to have the ball somewhere inside the 10, maybe even the 5-yard line. So that saves about 15 yards of field and gives the Spartans here not great field position, but certainly not horrible.
Osuna in the pistol. And he will hand off to Gomez, but once again, he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. This Hawks defensive line not giving much room to the Central ball carriers.
And that's supposed to be a run-pass option, and I don't believe that Osuna saw the play, because if he would have pulled it back and not let Gomez take it, because they actually did give him a 1-yard loss on that.
Spartans will come to the line, 3 receivers to Osuna's right, just 1 close to the line on his left. He takes a snap, it's a pass, And they're getting good pressure. He's rolling to his right, trying to get rid of it, and he will, and it's caught by the Spartans. They're good. Oh, and a huge hit delivered by D'Angelo Jackson. But nonetheless, Fernando Morales is still going to get the yard.
It will be short of a first down, bringing up third down a couple.
Great hit by Jackson, but still now just third and short for the Spartans offense. Gomez the back. And timeout on the field called by the Spartans. Looked like they were short of men on the field.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right and do the work for you, from appetizers to full course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or visit the office for your next party with a giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
So third down and 3 for the Central Spartans. They're going to come with a power offense, looking to just hand it to Gomez. That's what they're going to do, but the Hawks are able to get good penetration in the backfield. Nava Esparza was the ball carrier.
First carry on the night for Nava Esparza, and the Hawks were all over that. That does bring up fourth and a punting situation here.
So it looks like we're seeing more of the same action in terms of both defenses playing extremely well here to start the third quarter.
We do have an update over in Yuma. Yuma Catholic is now trailing the Wildcats 21-20.
And this punt is going to be recovered on the bounce by DeLorme. He's taking it to his left side, cutting it back towards the middle, and be about a 7-yard return for Caleb DeLorme as the Hawks offense comes back out onto the field with 7:29 to play here in the third quarter. Leading the offense, Caleb Cota, having a solid game, but just not showing well on the scoreboard. Just 3 points on that first drive for the Gila Ridge Hawks.
We also have a couple other scores. Southwest leading Copa 28-0. Looks like they're on the way to their first victory. And Imperial is still leading Valley Center 20-10.
First and 10 for the Hawks. They're going to bring in an extra tight end who's now on the line. So two receivers to Cota's left, just one to his right, Caleb DeLorme. Duarte in the back. Takes a call on the line, calling out the blitz, and they will send the blitz, and Duarte takes it right up the middle. And he's going to be brought down for a short game. That was Nathan Santana makes the tackle for the Spartans.
One of the things Duarte does that's very commendable is he always seems to have both arms wrapped around that football. No chance for a fumble when he's carrying it.
The old saying goes, ball security is job security, and Duarte seems to have his job pretty secure, but he is splitting some reps here with Ty Moreno as Moreno checks in at the back. Cota in the pistol. Takes the snap. And he's got good protection. Throws over the middle. DeLorme got the first down. And he's brought down immediately by number 27, Angel Ortiz, making the stop. Great throw on that post route to DeLorme, and that's going to put them right at midfield.
2 for 2 here in the early going of the third quarter is Cota for 20 yards.
Clock just under 6:30 to play here in the third. Moreno stays in the backfield. Moreno lining up off the line, so that tight end is eligible. And he will hand to Ty Moreno, bounces to the outside, but he's not going to get anywhere. And doing a good job is Angel Nava and Esparza coming up to make the stop in the backfield, lost it 2 yards on the play.
And we have called Nava Esparza's name all night long, as we have every game he's played since his sophomore season. Another big play, negative yards, bringing up now second and long.
The backer who can fly around the field for the Spartans. Moreno, different back than Renan Duarte. He's much more of a quicker, kind of can make you miss with juke move instead of Duarte, who's just going to plow right through you. Moreno stays in the game, second down and 12 for the Hawks. Coda has the snap, and he's going to throw a little flip out to D'Angelo Jackson, and he's going to get through some defenders, picking up the first down, and he's finally pushed out of bounds by the Spartans. A great little pickup on a short dump off, and it's going to result in a Hawks first down deep in Spartan territory.
Second first down on this drive as the Hawks are moving down into the shadow of the goal line. Clock is running. Central that time had to play defense, but it was excellent blocking, was able to seal the corner, and that led to the big gain all the way down to the 21-yard line.
Elias Dominguez, the safety for the Spartans, the one who finally breaks him down. They're going to continue to roll with Moreno in the backfield. Go to the quarterback. Delorde in motion. They're going to give it to Moreno. He's going to bounce it to the outside, but he's not going to find much room as Michael Sullivan, the safety, comes up to make the tackle. Good for, call it maybe a yard. It'll be second down at 9 for the Hawks.
The way Central's offense has been sputtering tonight, any touchdown would give the appearance of the feeling almost of having the game being put out of reach. There's still a lot of time left to go.
This game definitely feels like it's more of a blowout than a 3-0 ball game in the third quarter. But the Spartan defense has just done a good job of keeping this team out of the end zone, despite the fact that there were a couple of touchdown passes that were dropped by the Hawk receivers. Second and 9 for the Hawks. Coda takes the snap. Looking towards his right, he's going to throw it towards the end zone. Pass incomplete, intended for Delorde. Good coverage on the play played by Angel Ortiz. And it's going to bring a third down and 9 for the Hawks.
First incompleted pass of the third quarter by Coda after being 3 straight. Finally misfires. We are looking now, third and 9. Coda, for one of the few times in the game, was actually got the play called in from the sideline. They sent a runner in that relayed the play, so they actually huddled up.
Bernard Duarte, the back again, would be a 37-yard field goal attempt from here, and a timeout on the field is called by the Central Spartans.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
You're listening to high school football on AM1230 KXO Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
So third down and 9 for the Gila Ridge Hawks. Bernard Duarte back in the game. 2 receivers to either side for Coda. And he'll take the snap. He's going to throw it deep, and it is intercepted. And running it back is Sullivan. He's going to cut it back towards the middle of the field, looking for a block. Take the pass to 20, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right at about the 25-yard line. Second interception of the game for Michael Sullivan.
That time, Coda did a poor job of staring at the receiver as he ran down the sideline. Sullivan, playing the center field position, saw that, and he just waited for the ball to be thrown. Broke on it as if he was the intended receiver, grabbed it, took off running. Nice return, brought it past the 20. All the way out there. Finally going to spot the ball, it looks like on the 25.
Coda was eyeing Jaime Torres as soon as the ball was snapped, and Sullivan did a great job reading his eyes. So Osuna comes back onto the field with the Spartan offense. He's going to play action fake, throws it over the middle, no one's there. And he was trying to find Fernando Morales over the middle. Fernando Morales had his back turned to the ball. It'll be second down and 10 for the Spartans. Miscommunications continue here as Osuna and his wide receivers cannot get on the same page.
Yeah, perfect play action fake that froze the entire line of the Gila Ridge Hawks. So there was no pressure on Osuna.
Two backs in the backfield. Gomez will get the carry, and he's going to be dropped after about a 3-yard pickup.
Unfortunately for the Spartans, that's about their best rush of the evening. We're going to give them 4 yards.
And it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Spartans. They're going hurry-up offense. They're going to try to give it right back to Gomez, and this one's not going to get to the same 4 yards. He is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. Trace Martinez, number 71, he's doing a great job getting in there nearly every play, and the Spartans will punt.
So Central did get a big turnover that they needed, not able to move the ball at all. And now we have Berlin Torres. Let's see if he can flip the field position as he did in the first half with that 70-yard punt.
My guess is they were trying to maybe catch them off guard with a run instead of a pass, but it doesn't work, and that punt's going to be bounced right into Delorne's hands, and he's going to be quickly brought down. So not much of a return, but it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hawks at about their own 32-yard line. As Delorne comes up, and he's a little bit limping, favoring that left leg. One of the better receivers on this team, and it would be a big blow for the Hawks offense if he cannot continue. And he takes his helmet off and heads towards the sideline.
Central now, again, the sense is that they're going to need a big play on the defense to try to shut these Hawks down. They've played excellently all night, the defense has. The offense has not been pulling their load, but we still have a lot of time to go.
Both defenses doing a tremendous job. It's just the Spartans had that one little lapse of a field goal in the first quarter. It's a handoff to Duarte, and he's getting another big hole. He's going to fight for yards, bear crawling, after initially getting brought down, and they're going to give him about a 5-yard pickup to about the 38-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down for the Hawks. And a penalty flag thrown late here.
Yeah, this is going to go against the Hawks, it looks like, because they're already starting to walk back. Now, not sure exactly what they could be unhappy about. I did notice in the first half, the coaches came out and they were blistering the officials on what they thought was an illegal formation by the Spartans. So this time,
it's a personal foul against the Hawks. That's a 15-yard penalty. So that run is negated. It is instead a 10-yard loss, essentially.
Yeah, it's a dead ball foul, so that means they'll spot it at the 5-yard gain and move it back 15. So it's actually going to bring up now. It'll be 2nd down and 20.
So 2nd and 20 for the Hawks after the 5-yard pickup, but 15-yard penalty added at the end. So Coda has a man in motion. And it looks like it's a busted play, and Caleb Coda is going to go down. Renan Duarte ran to his right to get to the football. Coda turned to his left, nobody there, and he just had to keep it, but by then, Spartan defenders were already littering the backfield.
Yeah, that's one of those, when the run-pass option doesn't work because the quarterback's trying to pull the ball out, the runner wants to take it and run. So that time, Gila Ridge was very fortunate they didn't put the ball on the ground.
It'll be 3rd down and about 22. We have score updates. Yuba Catholic leading Brawley 28-14. And you've got Hopeville beating Yuba. Oh, pardon, that's 28-21, so a closer game. Hopeville beating Yuba 21-0, and Imperial beating Valley Center 20-10. So 3rd down and 22 as Coda takes the snap, and they're going to throw a little screen to Duarte, and they read it, but he's going to break a tackle. He's going forward. He's got a chance, and there's looks like a horse collar tackle, but not going to get the call, but he still is going to pick up enough for a Hawks 1st down.
Yeah, Navis Barca was the one that had him tackle right at the line of scrimmage, and Duarte showing his strength. Navis Barca perhaps just a little bit tired. He's been out on the field the entire game. And huge 1st down for Gila Ridge, overcoming that personal foul penalty.
Duarte just enforcing his will upon the Spartan defense. Caleb Duarte back in the lineup. He's to Coda's right, three receivers to his left. He's going to turn, hand it to Duarte, and there are defenders behind him, but he's still just fighting a way to get yardage. That's a 5-yard pickup before he's finally brought down by Elias Dominguez. Ron Duarte now, they're going to give him a break and send in Ty Moreno.
Duarte also has been on the field tonight the majority of the time, so giving him a rest. It's hot down there. Central, their defense playing very tough, but you would expect sooner or later with this clock showing under 20 seconds to go here in the third, they're going to show some signs of fatigue.
So 2nd down and 5, Coda the quarterback. Second down and 5, Coda takes the snap. He's going to throw quickly, and it's incomplete. Great coverage by Angel Ortiz as he was trying to go to the outside, trying to find Jonathan Noriega. And 9/10 of a second left here in the third quarter, and it'll be a 3rd down and 5 for the Hawks.
And I think it'd be safe to say, barring a penalty, this will be the final play of the third quarter.
It would be interesting to see if it's not. I'm not sure if it's possible to see any play that is less than, at least 1 second.
Gila Ridge now is taking time where Coda went all the way across the field to the sideline to get the play. So perhaps Gila Ridge, they started the game with that hurry-up offense. Now they've kind of settled into a little bit slower motion with their offense, but they're leading.
In that game against Imperial last week, Gila Ridge actually did have about 3 delay of game penalties, and now there's going to be a timeout on the field called by the Hawks.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
You are listening to high school football on AM1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Back here at Cal Jones Field, the Central Spartans taking on the Gila Ridge Hawks. The Hawks with a 3-0 lead with less than a second to play here in the third quarter. Dylan Nichols and John Driffel here in the booth with Carroll Buckley watching closely. Duarte the back, Caleb Coda the quarterback. 2 receivers to either side with no tight end on the line, actually. Coda examining the Central defense, and he'll take the snap, throws it quickly to Delorte, who's going to make the catch and pick up the first down yardage. And that's going to do it for the third quarter here as the Gila Ridge Hawks take a 3-0 lead into the fourth quarter.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Horsebrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you. From appetizers to full-course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
Back here at Cal for the start of the fourth quarter, a defensive struggle to say the least. The Gila Ridge Hawks hold a 3-0 lead, but it really doesn't feel like it's just a 3-point game. The Hawks have had some very good offensive momentum, but the Spartan defense absolutely tightens up what they need to, and there has not been a score in this game since the first quarter.
Central now starting the fourth quarter on their home field. looking to try to make something happen here. It's going to be first down. They're in their own territory. It's on the 44 of the Spartans. A lot of confidence from that huddle as the Hawks broke.
Trips to the left for Coda. It is first and 10. You have to wonder if they'd be content maybe to try and starting to run down the clock. Obviously, it's just a start, but they've had great success with Duarte, and they're going to turn and give it to Duarte, and he's going to get a big burst. He's going to pick up the first down. Great hard running by Renato Duarte. Finally being brought down by Joseph Denton. And the Spartans do not have much of an answer to stop this big bowling ball running back. Going to be first and 10 Hawks at the Spartan 29-yard line.
That was a huge gain. Obviously, first down, first play, fifth first down here in the second half as the Hawks are moving the ball at will.
Back to their usual four-receiver set in the pistol. Going to take the snap. Delorte in motion, but it's a fake to him. Give it to Duarte. Almost lost the football, but he's going to pick up good yardage anyway on that right side. And it was Denton again making the stop, his second straight tackle.
Excellent play by Denton, but unfortunately for the Spartans, it was 7 yards downfield.
Yeah. The Spartans are doing a good job of initially making contact with Duarte, but as he does so well, it just shakes off defenders so quickly and with such ease, and he's able to keep his balance. Obviously, that low center of gravity certainly has to help.
You would expect the Hawks to keep the ball on the ground here. They're having such success moving it.
They also keep giving this option to Duarte. Eventually, Coda may just keep one as Delorte comes in motion. High snap. They're going to have to give it to Duarte. And Denton gets in the backfield quickly to make the stop. Finally, a good play for the Spartans defense, putting Duarte on the ground in the backfield. Loss of a yard, and it'll be third down and 5 for the Hawks.
Excellent play by Denton, as we called his name several times tonight as well. As we've noted throughout the game, another huge third down play both for the Hawks and the Spartans defense.
Third down and 5. This is an aggressive Gila Ridge Hawks team, so they were not completely out of the ordinary for them to go for it, especially in this territory. So you might see a run here with Duarte. And no, they're going to pass a quick throw though, and it's knocked away. Brian Martin knocks away the line of scrimmage. And they're not blowing that play dead. They're going to say that's a backward pass. And recovering the football and running it back is Eric Garcia. And the Spartans will take the ball over.
Yes, what happened is it was a backward pass, and the Spartans very alertly picked up the football, and everybody was walking away from it. The Gila Ridge coaches are beside themselves on the sidelines. Actually, they're not even on the sidelines anymore. They are telling the down marker to stay where they are. And we're going to wait until it's being reversed.
An incomplete
pass. Called an incompleted pass.
Still, just a heads-up play by Eric Garcia. You realize, hey, I don't hear any whistle being called. I'm going to take this ball, and I'm going to try to run it back. But such a devastating blow as the Spartans thought they had the ball deep in Hawks territory. And instead, it's going to be fourth down and 5 for Gila Ridge.
Now, they are in field goal range.
And it looks like they are sending Pablo Vargas out.
Because this would be about a 42-yarder. You mentioned last week he beat Imperial with a 37-yard field goal with under 4 minutes to go. This would be about a 42-yarder for Vargas.
The senior Vargas. Snap is high. Kick is up. It is no good. So the score remains 3-0. The Spartans thought they might get a turnover, but instead they will get the ball back on the missed field goal.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again, voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
Back now, counting up the field, 9:53 left here in the ball game. The Spartan offense has to try and at least get into field goal range to break this 3-0 block that we've been in since the first drive of the game for Gila Ridge.
I'll explain what happened after this play, Carroll. It's a little bit humorous.
Zero's going to take the snap, rolling to his right. He's got protection. He's going to try and
throw, and it's caught. And making the catch is Michael Sullivan, and he's going to pick up the ball at about 9 yards before being wrangled down. Good throw by Osuna.
Is what happened is after the field goal attempt at the 25, the refs put the ball on the 25, but the Yuma coaching staff pointed out that's a professional rule, not a high school rule, so they moved it back to the 20.
Good looking out from the Hawks coaching staff. They're running their up-tempo offense. Osuna in the gun. High snap. He's going to turn and give it to Gomez, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. The Spartan offensive line has had no answers for this Hawks defense as they've been getting through on nearly, it seems like, every single run play. It is going to be enough for a first down as it was just a 2nd and 1, but you have to try and...
Gomez, excellent job of powering the football. First down here in the second half.
Ty Moreno looks like he may blitz from his quarterback position. Instead, he'll pull back in coverage. Osuna's going to float one, and this time it's caught. And Isaiah Nava Esparza, he had some problems with drops in that first quarter, but it looks to be there may be penalty flags on the play.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring this one back. Now, the flag is actually in the backfield of it is a Gila Ridge Hawks, so it's going to be against Gila Ridge, so they'll take the play, not the 15-yard penalty.
And a good redemption there for number 24 junior Isaiah Nava Esparza. He had 2 really bad drops in that first half, but he makes up for it here, and now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the Hawks' 35-yard line.
Let's give the coaching staff for Central credit for keeping the young man out there.
Absolutely, got to have faith in your guys. Osuna rolling to his right. He's going to throw, and it's intercepted. And D'Angelo Jackson. No, that's actually number 23, Anthony Mejia Acosta, making the interception, and as quickly as the Spartans gain momentum, they lose it, and the Hawks will take over at their own 25-yard line.
Excellent break on the football by the young man for Gila Ridge that completed the interception there. He just made a better break on the football than the intended receiver, which means he had his eyes in the backfield, saw the play coming.
Score update: Southwest beating Kofa 35-0 on their way to a victory. Vincent, they are beating Desert Christian 32-0. Yuma Catholic up on Raleigh 34-21, and Holtville beating Yuma 21-0. So out comes the Gila Ridge offense again. He takes the snap. He's going to give it to Duarte. Duarte still breaking tackles before a host of Spartan defenders bring it down, led by Nava Esparza.
And Duarte, as we've mentioned all night, both hands wrapped around the football. This does not appear that man's going to give the ball up.
They're going to give him just about a yard on that carry, so it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Hawks as the clock ticks under 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
Central with only one timeout remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Trips Dakota's right. Noriega, the only receiver to his left. He's going to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to let this one fly. He's got a receiver open. And it is tossed by Jonathan Noriega. A great throw by Caleb Cota.
That brings the ball across midfield as they're saying to start the clock, but you have to wait till the chains get set for the first down as the ball is inside Spartan territory on the 44.
That's a 30-yard completion from Cota to Noriega. And they will now take over at the Spartan 44-yard line. Spread offense. Cota takes the snap, and he is going to fake the run, and he's going to throw it out to Delorme. And Delorme is going to push forward. He's going to pick up. They're going to give him around 7 yards, it seems. And we talked about how they've been giving it to Duarte all day on that RPO. This time they finally pull it back and throw it to Duarte, and it worked out well for him.
Excellent play by the coaching staff. The call, as you mentioned, all game long, they faked that. This time they carried it out. And the receiver made a good job of having the first man miss.
It was Khalil Wyatt making the stop for the Spartans. 2nd down and 2 for Gila Ridge. Trips to the right. See, they might throw a screen here. No, they're going to give it to Duarte, who's going to get past the initial burst of Spartan defenders. He's going to bounce to the outside, pick up a first down, and more. He's still on his feet, running down past the inside the 10, and they're going to run him out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. Great running from Renan Duarte.
That time, the Spartans all-out run blitz. They knew Duarte was going to get the football, and they all came in, and they just weren't able to corral him. And once he broke free, he showed his speed, brought down by Michael Sullivan, as they do have now first and goal. They are, looks like they're sitting right on the 10-yard line.
Great little bounce to get past the initial defenders. It'll be first and goal at the Spartan 9-yard line. Caleb Cota missed a couple of open touchdowns in the first quarter. We'll see what he can do. He missed those touchdowns in this same area. We'll see what he can do now, as it looks like they have the Spartan defense on their heels. So first and goal for Cota. Ty Moreno in the back. They're going to give it to Moreno. He's going to push forward, and a good tackle by number 12, Michael Sullivan. And really no gain on the play. It'll be second and goal from the 9.
Clock ticking now with under 6 minutes to go, and this play is going to get off. Right now, the Hawks are taking their time.
Interesting to see them go to Moreno instead of Duarte, who you might assume go with the power back the better play here, but they're trusting the shiftier Moreno. As Cota will throw, and he's throwing towards the end zone. Delorte open, touchdown Hawks. And they increase their lead now. It's a 2-score game now, 9-0 in favor of Gila Ridge. That post route to Caleb Delorte.
This is the same one they threw twice in that first half and misconnected. That time, it was almost as if they were just playing catch.
Delorte had about 4 yards of separation from his defensive back. And now Pablo Vargas on to make it a 10-point game. Snap is good. Kick is as well. So, with 5:48 to play here in the ball game, the Gila Ridge Hawks lead it 10-0 over the Central Spartans here on Cal Jones Field.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Mixing Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or visit the office for your next party with your giant 52-inch pizza. Daily selected foot-long sub for only $6. Yes, Mixing Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Pablo Vargas on to kick it away for the Hawks now with a 10-0 lead over the Central Spartans here at Cal Jones Field.
Central needs a big return here to get good field position. More conventional kick return this time, or kickoff by the Hawks.
Eric Moreno, the deep man for the Spartans, as Marcus gives this ball a boot, and Moreno will not get a chance to return. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. And Danero Osuna and the unusually quiet Spartan offense will come onto the field. And they've definitely got to feel a sense of urgency as they now are no longer just trying to beat a 3-0 lead. They now have to score twice if they want to win this ballgame.
Well, Central has the offense to do it. They have the firepower.
Definitely is a very talented squad, and they have a very talented quarterback leading them. Carlos Gomez, the back. There takes the snap. He's got good time, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and it's caught. Great catch by Juan Dominguez. He had the defensive back all over him. Good for 13 yards and a Spartan first down. And it looks like they're going to be trying to run this up-tempo offense that they've been trying the past few drives. Hasn't resulted in any points yet, but great play from the Spartan offense to start this drive.
Only the second first down here in the second half.
Danero takes the snap. And he's looking to Sullivan. Sullivan's going to make the catch, turn it upfield. He's going to get the first down and more. There's one defender. He's finally going to be pushed out of bounds at the Gila Ridge 35-yard line. Great upfield running by Michael Sullivan, who has been probably the most important player for the Spartans in this game.
Yeah, that'd be both offense and defense. He's been all over the field tonight. 34-yard pickup.
Spartans coming back on offense. To Dinero's left. Dinero, he's going to throw it quick to Sullivan again. They're going to run this screen, and Sullivan's got some blockers ahead of him. Oh, but he makes an interesting cut. And it's Tyler Faber making the tackle. He had the space to the outside, decided to cut it back towards the inside, and he didn't have much room there.
3 straight plays, 3 straight first downs, as right now Gila Ridge is going to take their second timeout.
No timeout on the field with 5:09 to play here in the fourth quarter.
They're excited at Dermot's Floor Covering, and now they're offering discounts up to 30% off select styles of products. Kids, life, or pets, Dermot's Floor Covering has you covered with a water and stain-proof product ready for anything life throws at you. From now until September 30th, Shop Floor will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for every lifeguard carpet sold. Visit Dermot's Floor Covering today in Imperial to see their Shop Floor Gallery. And now, no interest, 30 months financing on approved credit.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Sunday. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Back here, Calcho's Field, and a great play, 33-yard completion for Dinero Osuna, and just like that, it's first and goal for this Sparks offense.
Angel Nava Sparta on the reception. 4 straight plays, 4 first downs. Central had 3 total first downs in this game.
They're doing a great job driving here with a sense of urgency, hand up right up the middle. It's a touchdown for the Sparks. Taking it right up the gut is number 43, Nava Esparza. And the Spartans are back into it with their first score of the game.
Very important PAT coming up here.
Extra point would make it a 3-point ball game. On the kick. And the kick is good. It just sneaked in. Looked like it might have been a little bit short, but with 4:48 to play, the Central Spartans back into it, 10-3. The Gila Ridge Hawks lead here in the fourth quarter.
Flautas y Sopes, delicious authentic Mexican food, just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite, with 3 locations in the valley: 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico, 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro, and 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico, and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y Sopes, the real deal.
That scoring drive for the Spartans, 5 plays, 80 yards, 4 passing, 4 completions for Dinero Osuna, 1 rush, and it was Angel Nava Esparza running it in for the Spartan offense. Gila Ridge had a 21-0 lead last week in Imperial. Ended up being tied 34-34 with 5 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. They had a 10-0 lead. It's now 10-7 as that kick is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. The Hawks offense will start at their own 20. And the momentum seems to have shifted in favor of the Spartans.
You've got a recap there very quick. 80-yard scoring drive.
80 yards, 5 plays, 1 rush, 4 for 4 passing from Dinero Osuna, and it was Angel Nava Esparza capping it off with that 2-yard touchdown run. And kicking the extra point there was actually senior Sebastian Coronel.
He has been doing the PATs on the course of the year. For whatever reason, Berlin Torres has been kicking off and punting, but not any PATs. He has 2. He's 2 for 2, but that's it.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Coda, he's just going to give it to Duarte, who's still going to have some success. Now he's going to the outside, and then back up the middle give him 11 yards, and that's good for a Hawk first down. And the Central Spartans defense, you're the defensive coordinator, you have to find a way to stop Duarte if you're going to complete this comeback.
You would expect now for the Hawks to go ahead and give it to Duarte every single play. The clock is running. Central already used up 2 timeouts, so they have to be very judicious on when they're going to call another timeout.
Less than 5 minutes to play. If you're the Hawks, you have to get some safe yardage here that's going to keep the clock running. Duarte gets back. Coda examining the defense, and he's going to step back and pass. He's going to throw, and it's complete to D'Angelo Jackson, who is run out of bounds quickly by Khalil Wyatt. Pickup of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 with the clock stopped at 4:05 for the Hawks offense.
Fortunately for the Spartans, that play was completed and the receiver stepped out of bounds, so that stops the clock. But Gila Ridge showing no fear. You'd expect them to run the football, try to ice this game here, but that was a very unexpected quick pass, safe.
They feel confident in their quarterback, who has done a tremendous job all season. They've actually put the burden on him this year. Almost 40 passes a game for him. But he's going to turn it, just hand it to Duarte here, who is going to still somehow, even at being met at the line of scrimmage, will fight forward for a yard pickup before Brian Martin brings them down. And they're actually going to give him about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Hawks. A very important 3rd down. It'll be interesting to see what happens if it becomes 4th and 2, especially when they're at their own 39-yard line.
We would expect them to punt the ball away. Central does have a very good field goal kicker. Torres can make it from 45 easy. But we may see the same defense Central did when Duarte was able to break through that big game down to the goal line, where they just do all run blitz sellout. Let's see.
Coda examining the defense, Martin showing blitz. And there's a penalty flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be a false start.
So that's going to help the Spartans cause, and it's also going to stop the clock.
So clock stops at 3:16 to play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Gila Ridge.
Let's see now if they go ahead and run the same play. The clock does restart after the penalty was marked off.
Gila Ridge coming back to the line now, probably with a different play than what they had originally intended on that 3rd and 2. 2 receivers to Coda's left, 1 to his right, extra men on the line. Coda takes a snap, penalty flag on the play, and it's going to be a delay of game.
Well, you mentioned they had several last week.
I'm not sure, because every single week they've had the referee tell us to talk to who is running the time, and they're letting them know you have 40 seconds, even after first down, even if the chains aren't set, you only have 40 seconds to get the play on. And Gila Ridge really struggled with that last week in Imperial. I think they had about 4 or 5 delay of game penalties.
And that will kill the clock. It cannot move now, or else you just keep taking the delay of games until the clock runs out. So the clock is stopped. Now we're looking at 3rd and about 12.
3rd and 12. Spartans trying to hype up this crowd, give their defense an extra juice. Coda will take the snap. He's going to throw. It's that screen, but Brian Martin read it perfectly. Great job by the junior defender, and it'll be 4th down and about 14.
Let's see if Central takes the remaining timeout, because the pass was completed. The clock is stopped, so I'm going to assume that they did take a timeout. They spotted the ball where the player was tackled, so that would show me that it was a completed pass.
And now they're saying run the clock. Looks like they were trying to get everything set up. But
yeah, so there was some discussion. Was the pass completed? Now Central will take the timeout. Well, at least the referee has stopped the clock. I believe
an official timeout, and they're going to confer to see.
But that's exactly what they're talking about. Was it completed pass or not?
They're saying to run the clock, so it was a completed pass. And again, just a great job by Brian Martin, the junior. He sniffed that out quickly.
And they actually lost 4 yards on that pass completion.
So 4th and about 17. Back deep to receive the punt is Juan Dominguez.
A bad snap here would certainly help Central's cause greatly as he's standing back inside the 10. As now the referee is talking to the coach who's out on the field, wanting to know exactly what's going on.
And they are saying to wind the clock again. There was definitely some confusion amidst the officials and the Gila Ridge coaching staff, but nonetheless, here is the punt from Vargas, and it's a decent one. It's going to take a Gila Ridge bounce out at about the Spartan 39-yard line, and that's where Dinero Osuna and this Spartan offense will take over. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Down 3 points. And the momentum has shifted now in favor of the Spartans.
This is all you could ask for if you're a Spartan faithful, wanting the shot to win the game after the way this game has played out.
Dinero takes the snap. He's looking left. He's going to throw, and it's caught. But this is going to be a loss of yards. Fernando Morales came back. It was a little pump by Osuna. But instead, that hesitation is going to cost them about 5 yards. Second down is 15. Coming up for the Spartans, and they're trying to hurry to the line. So did they end up calling their third timeout, or are they saying run the clock? Because I believe they still have 1 timeout left. As Osuna gets hit as he throws, and it's caught! No! He lost the football.
Great effort.
Such a good effort by number 47, Isaiah Perez, I believe, who laid out to try and make the catch, had it, and just could not survive the ground.
So huge third down play here. Obviously, Centro going to go for it if they don't get the first down.
So third and 15. They're going to run that screen, and it's caught by Sullivan. Sullivan's got blockers, and he's going to be brought down close to the first down marker. They're going to mark him about a yard short, it looks like, right at midfield, and it's 4th down and 1 for the Spartans.
Yeah, Central could ask for a timeout to stop the clock, but they're up on the line. They can run this right here.
Minute 38, they're going to try and power football here. Navas right there. That was a false start by the Spartan offense, and it's going to make it 4th down and 6.
Unfortunate. That's what happens when everybody's hurrying up and you're not set. They could have asked for a marking of the ball, a measurement, because it was close. It was not going to be a first down, but that could have allowed them to get set up. But here with the motion.
So a minute and 36 left. The Spartans need 7 yards, and if they don't get it, that should be the ball game. Dinero Osuna in the gun, pistol set, Gomez in the backfield, trips to his left, Sullivan, the lone receiver, to his right, and the Spartans will call their final timeout. So with 134 to play, the Spartans trailing 10-7. We're back here at Cal Jones Field.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Temp-star, quality you can feel.
Back to Cal Jones Field. Dinero takes a snap, low snap. He's rolling to his left, looking. He's going to throw, and it is incomplete. Juan Dominguez could not hold on. Knocking it loose was number 18, Jacob Aseo, for the Hawks. And the Hawks now take over. A minute 33 left. Central has no timeout, and Gila Ridge is going to win this ball game.
Yeah, Central will suffer their first loss here. Move their record to 3-1. More importantly now, all the locals are going to go ahead and start comparison scoring. Imperial, Brawley, also lost to Gila Ridge. Gila Ridge certainly dominated Central much more defensively than the Hawks were able to dominate either the Tigers or the Wildcats.
And so the Hawks will come to the line as Caleb Cota will for the first time tonight come under center, and it will be to take the knee here, victory formation. They should probably only need about one more before they can run out the clock. And Caleb Delorme, nice little moment of sportsmanship, giving his credit to Khalil Wyatt, number 15, the defensive back.
Actually, the defense can rush in. Now, the referee is standing over the play, but the defense can ask him to move off. We saw that in San Diego section before. But this time the referee is telling the defense, no, this ball will be down.
Under a minute now. And they will snap. They will need one more as under 50 seconds now to play. And the Gila Ridge Hawks will move on to 3-0. The Central Spartans will fall to 3-1. And the final score here at Cal Jones Field, the Gila Ridge Hawks 10, the Central Spartans 7. We'll have more for post-game coming up after a brief commercial break.
McNeese is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza. Or be the office for your next party with a giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Mart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro. I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on getting you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all the insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, the Central Spartans fell behind early and trailed the whole evening, finally losing 10-7, and they really had no offense going until the last 5 minutes of the football game. A lot of mistakes in the first half. Gila Ridge outplayed them, and the Spartan defense held Gila Ridge to 3 points for 3/4 of the game before finally giving up a touchdown. But too many mistakes, dropped balls in the first half, and absolutely, positively no running game on the part of the Spartans. And that was where they fell short. And they fell short 10-7. John Driffel is working on the numbers, and we'll have him, but I'll give you some numbers right now. Valley Center leads Imperial 31-27 in the third quarter. Southwest leading Kofa 42-8 third quarter. It's Calexico 36, Calapat 6. And Vincent Memorial over Desert Christian 32-0. Yuma Catholic, last score we had leading Brawley 34-21, Holtville 21, Yuma nothing. John Driffel, and I will be back with more of the post-game show after this.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Raleigh, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmoreland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Raleigh and the original Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
The Central Spartans, as we pointed out, fell short, 10-7, and it's something we're not used to. We haven't seen it in about 2 years, and they fell behind, and were never able to catch up. John Driffel, what do your numbers show?
Well, they actually show a little better picture with that last 80-yard drive by the Spartans to close within a field goal of the Gila Ridge Hawks, but overall the stats heavily favor the Gila Ridge Hawks, especially the running of Duarte was the difference in this game. Gila Ridge ran the ball 34 times from scrimmage, Centro only 13. Gila Ridge 147 yards rushing from scrimmage, Centro negative 12. That obviously takes in the 3 sacks, but still negative 12 yards. 19 for 32 was Coda for 207 yards, giving the Hawks 354 total yards, 18 first downs. That's a lot of first downs in a high school game. The only blemish on the Hawks slate was the 2 interceptions thrown by Coda. Both interceptions were taken by Michael Sullivan. On the other side, we mentioned Central had 13 rushes for negative 12 yards. 14 for 30 was Osuna for 172 yards, giving Central 160 total yards, 6 first downs, but also Osuna had the 2 big interceptions as well. Individually rushing the football, Osuna was sacked 3 times in the first half for negative 24. 8 carries for 10 yards was Carlos Gomez, and Navas Parks had 2 carries. The second one was good for a 2-yard touchdown. The receptions, 14 receptions, were spread out among 6 different players. Getting a big catch on that last drive for the Spartans, Isaiah Navas Parsa for 34 yards. Also a huge 21-yard Navas Parsa that took the ball down to the 2 for 21 yards. A reception in the first half for negative 1 yard was made by the Spartans, Jonathan Medina. Getting 3 receptions in the game, 2 in the second half. Fernando Morales for 17 yards. And Juan Dominguez had 2 receptions for 30 yards. Michael Sullivan, showing his importance to this team, ended up with 6 receptions for 71 yards. So all in all, Central showed fight. They came back. They made some plays when they needed to in the second half. They just fell a little bit short on that 4th down play right near the end of the game when they were trying to push the ball in the end zone for either a field goal to tie or a game-winning touchdown. Did not happen. Central loses the first game of this season, so now they'll need to see if they can bounce back next week.
Well, one of the things we had talked about was an emotional letdown after a big game last week, and I think we saw that. This is not the Central Spartan team that we have seen in the past, and I don't think it's the team that we will see in the coming weeks either. Speaking of coming weeks, next week, the Central Spartans will be at Granite Hills to take on Christian of El Cajon, and John and I will be at Southwest. Actually, we'll be with Southwest in Yuma for that game. Updating some scores for you again. Yuma Catholic leads Brawley 34-28, third quarter score. Final, Vincent defeated Desert Christian 53-0. Valley Center leads Imperial 31-27 in the third quarter. Southwest over Copa 42-8. It's Calexico 36, Calapat 6. That is a final as well. Want to thank our producer-engineer, Gabe Lemus, who makes the magic happen. Assistance provided by Kurt Hoffman. And tonight, John Driffel in the booth, joined by Dylan Nichols. And I'm Carroll Buckley. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, if you missed the game, go back and listen to it. It's available as a podcast on our website. From Cal Jones Field, I'm Carroll for John, Dylan, Kurt, and Gabe. Good night.